What's up, world? This is E complete. Chemists get confused of my ill composition. That's right. Soldier, alright? Yeah, I want you to sit back, relax, or get the F up out your seats. Open up your mind, your heart, your brain to this album, alright?
What's up, y'all? Little intro. See? You can hear it on the intro of the album.
Listen to my album, Hip Hop Forever.
Chemists get confused of my ill composition. And I gotta let you rock with this for a second. The genesis of E. Give me a stage and the mic, spread the word.
Yes, the born sinner. Spiritually now a winner. For 27 years went through the hazy shade of winter. The sun always shine through my divine mind.
Back on that fast. When I rhyme, I make it drums, don't know that fluid. My words are explosive, but they can just do it. When it comes to me, flowing, there sure ain't no might be. All of my rhymes are blessed by the Almighty. Yo, this Cocoa King collection, this way of mental protection, perfection is the only way to try to travel. When revelations comes, my physical is gone. And that's 2 chapters before the final earthly storm. Red ones on this cutting and scratching. He was here on the podcast, my DJ and producer. All right. E-complete hip-hop forever. I didn't feel like rhyming today.
And we have CC naturally here.
What's up, Coco?
Hello.
How you guys doing? Thank you. And we had, oh my God, Coco was there. We had the best. This was month of May is over. Hello, June and Gemini season. And it was rare. We had 4 coffee talks in May. 1 for free, the Sinners. That was really fun. But 3 coffee talks, and we ended it with, you want to close that? With Beyonce's birth chart on Saturday. Really fascinating. Coco will tell you the Aries rising, the Virgo sun in the 6th house, Scorpio moon in the 8th, and all the Libra stellium, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. I mean, that's a lot. But and the Mercury. So what's good? How you guys doing? We're finishing up this Leo moon. We're in the Leo moon. It was conjunct Mars earlier today, and we had some rain and humidity, so I was feeling some pain. But we are rocking in Gemini season, and I'll let for more people to come into the chat.
And Teresa Miller is here. Peace and love.
Hello,
to you.
Teresa Miller. Teresa Miller, I still want to meet you. So hopefully you come to Coffee Talk about a book a chart reading, or as I'm going to speak about my special announcement tomorrow, and I'll say this throughout the show, our community is going live tomorrow. The Knowledge is Love Tribe community. I cannot wait. It is $18 a month. Or if you just want to get on a basic level, $5 a month. There's 12 groups, which could switch to 11 or 13. We may grow over time.
Well, I'm thinking, I just talked with I just spoke with the developer who's helping us. And this is based on, CC, this is what we did yesterday.
You probably should move a little bit closer so people would really hear you.
I want to do a group within the community that's specifically for women, and something that is specifically for men.
Oh,
and
a sister circle, and then what we call the fellow one?
The sister circle, and I don't know. I said man cave. I don't even know. Like, we need to figure out what men want.
The bros code or something. But we'll figure it out. But that's a good idea. So it may add 2 more groups.
Yeah, so they added in the beginning when you're signing up gender, so that then you can either get access to the sister circle or the man cave. Yeah. I don't know yet. Anyways,
well, honey, but let me finish what I was saying. So, with the $5 a month, you will receive, you'll be a part of the group, and you can get discounts from my podcast guests. But for the $18 a month, You get both the coffee talks. Now, if I do 3 or 4 coffee talks, you're not getting those, but you get the 2 main coffee talks valued at $35 just for being there for $18 a month. You get 10% off of all of my services. You get 50% off after being in the group for a year for a natal chart, solar return, or secondary progression. So if you've already booked a birth chart with me, you'd be like, well, you know what? I want a solar return, or I'm going to get a secondary progression at half off. That is a huge offer and steal. Plus, you guys, exclusive content, and you get to promote and share whatever you want in the groups. You know what I mean? And the groups range from everyday spirituality to crystals to herbs to health, mind your business, promoting your businesses. And what's so great, we actually have sort of, some real powerful experts, right? Queen Bee Numerolitics is going to be contributing in the numerology group. I forgot to say we got a numerology group. Obviously, I'll be in the astrology group. We've got Missy's from Missy's Mysteries, who has an amazing metaphysical shop in Scottsdale, Arizona. She's going to be contributing in the crystals group.
She's a crystal.
And she's a crystal expert. And then Paris Williams, who just opened up.
Remember when she visited us?
But she just opened up.
Loved her.
She just.
Sorry. That's okay.
I know, but I'm just trying to finish with. She just opened up her own herb shop in Queens, New York. So congrats to Paris. And she is going to be sharing about herbs, as well as Sabale Pure. Lana will be in health and herbs, but we're going to be in all groups. So as you come in, what's great, and I think we're going to record a little video tonight because some people are afraid about technology, so we'll just show you whatever. But just so you know, right now we're trying to get the tech guy to customize it, but someone said that it went to their spam. So it's listed instead of Big E Astrology Community. Right now, it just comes as a WordPress email. So, but basically you guys necessarily may not experience that because you'll just be going straight to the site. It's in the description down below. And that is going to be www.community.bigeastrology.com. Okay.
Yeah, we're so excited.
It's going to be
just
awesome.
Understand it's going to grow and get better as things go. I was just texting with the developer a little bit before I got on here, and I'm like, all these little tweaks are the stuff that we can't really know until we actually have people in there using it, and then I have different ideas. So yes, we've got 12 groups that we have right now.
Maybe more.
I'm going to be tonight adding the sister circle, and Cece said the bros.
Yeah, the bros. I like that.
We have to figure out for the men. Hey, Danny, we are going to be having
Danny, I hope you join the community.
Yes, we're going to be having 2 groups in the community that are going to be gender-based. And so in the beginning, when you sign up, you're going to check whether you are a male or a female so that we will know which group, so that men can have a private space to speak and women can have a private
and we could talk about men's issues with dating, relationships, health.
All kinds of stuff, not designed to be anything more than to have a quiet space, because I'm just speaking as a woman. Sometimes we might get into some sensitive issues that are about us, and we don't necessarily want male eyes on it. And I don't know, are men like that? Do you guys have those kind of things, or do we only need to do this? I didn't want to do just a sister.
No, we would need to have both, but I think guys have questions. And I remember years ago, a guy, a good friend asked me, like, one of those intimate questions, about just like having something that's there out of nowhere around your private area. And you don't want to talk about that in front of women. Like, that's where you need guy support. Like, yo, dude, something's weird, And so, so we definitely need the bros or the man cave or something. Man code.
Sister circle and the man code.
I like the man code.
I don't know. What do you think, Danny? I'm not sure we have any more men on here.
Give me a good name, Danny.
Ideas, because I'm going to try and set this up tonight.
Yeah.
So that we can have that.
We'll be sending out a newsletter tomorrow with information, breakdown, and the rules are just basically like respect one another. We're not getting into talking bad about each other. And this is all about love. Knowledge is love tribe. And if somebody decides to get a little outlandish, we will have to just refund them their money and remove them out of the group. You know
Oh,
what
no,
I mean?
no. We're not refunding money. I'm
Well-
sorry, because if you end up talking crazy,
Well, yeah, I don't mean refund money. I
the
mean,
most
just
that
you
you'll
won't get
lose
charged.
is
You
your
won't.
1 month that you're there.
Yeah, you won't
But,
get charged
like,
beyond that. I mean,
to me, we all know how to be respectful. So if you choose to not be respectful,
you got to go.
that's something that where you would have to go.
Yeah,
And you know,
everyone's welcome.
Hey Chantel, how are you?
Hey Chantel, everyone's welcome in our community and group. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, Libertarian, Republican, Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, atheist. Like, we're not getting into that. This is about love and positivity.
Well,
Not to
but
be corny.
And to be honest with you, and this is just me personally, and you guys have to let me know, I would like to have an area where we could discuss the more sensitive topics. And I feel like right now those big topics are gonna
Well,
be politics.
that's what's on your
maybe
mind, and
gender
that's
stuff. But I want to have a space where we can speak, because
I feel
there
like
was
you
a
still
time.
need to move closer. You're so far away, and it
I'm
might be hard
like-
for the people to hear you. Okay.
Maybe I'm upset with you. I don't know. I'm not really upset with him.
Yeah, you really shouldn't be upset with me.
There's no reason.
I should be upset with you.
What? What on earth could I have done to make you upset with me? Oh, Lord, help me.
You know what's so funny? That's the thing. She only thinks that she can get upset or irritated with me. She never ponders or considers that I could be irritated, frustrated, annoyed, or upset with her. It is so freaking funny.
I mean, like,
do you guys do that in your relationships with your husbands? Like, as if like we don't have feelings or emotions? Like, because it's very one-sided. I'm just putting that out there. Just a good question.
you know, and that's right, CC. They're not getting the refund. But
tonight,
I love the idea. I'm sorry, just let me finish.
Okay.
I love the idea of us being able to communicate, because I think when we can talk on those sensitive issues and do it respectfully, we can educate each other on those perspectives, at least so that people have a better understanding. You know, no one's here to change anyone. It is about communication, because there was a time, like, and granted, I'm older. I'm a Gen X girl. Hey, Cassiopeia. I'm a
welcome
Gen
back,
X
Cassiopeia.
girl,
How you feeling?
and
Cassiopeia, you going to join our community? Knowledge is Love Tribe. It goes live tomorrow. I put it up in my community page. The link is here. You can sign up starting tomorrow morning. Either $18 or $5 a month. It is going to be so awesome, and we're so proud but excited. It's been taking a while, and then the next thing to tackle will finally be the astrology book. We're going to hunker down the rest of June, and we're going to knock this sucker out.
The hunker down. It's so it's like I have over 100. I have like about 125 pages of this book already. Like
it's pretty much done. I mean? We just have to go through a fine-tooth comb, little
going through and
details,
this and that, and making sure that we've added everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But
it's going to impress you guys. It's dope. It's a great book.
Yes.
And then after that will be the NDE book. But let me just say this. So we'll talk about the community through the show, because I want, when other people come in later, that they're aware of it and stuff. But tonight, episode 345, number one, make sure you guys go back and watch episode 344 with Miss Elena from Searchlight Tarot. That was really good with the astrology and tarot. We had the hiccups of the technology, but when we got going, it was really a good show, and we'll probably do more together in the future. And I've got some great guests coming up for you guys in June, so you really don't want to miss it. We got Joseph Octaviani coming. We have Joy Baker coming on the 16th and 18th. We've got, oh my God, Vincent Cassius Kane coming, and he's really a deep young fella, intuitive, who's got a lot of spiritual gifts. We got some great people coming in June. Oh, we got Tasia coming. Tasia makes soaps and what does she make? She makes soaps and bath stuff. And
I'm so sorry. I was just reading Cassiopeia, what she said, and I wasn't listening.
What does Tasia make? Tasia makes soaps and bath.
Yeah. So Tasia's
come. She's really awesome. She's a Gemini.
Yeah. So she does the soaps, and she does different body care stuff.
Body care and soap. So she's going to be coming on. So June is going to be full of some nice guests for you guys. But bath bombs, yes, all that stuff. So it's going to be really nice. But also, don't forget Gemini's birth chart sale going to June 20th. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Natal chart, solar return, secondary progression. Either 305, hold yourself, right? Because you want to
Sorry.
cut me off again. You
No,
see, it's
no,
like
no,
you're
I
addicted to
know.
it. Or 206, all right? And so you want to email me directly, eric@BigEAstrology.com. And tonight, we're going to get into it in a second. Saturn in Gemini in the natal birth chart. She's got it. So we'll be able to pick her brain, even though she doesn't realize we're going to be picking her brain about it, because she's not an expert on Saturn and Gemini. She's just an expert in dealing with it. And then Uranus and Gemini in natal birth chart. Okay.
So I'm not addicted to cutting you off. I am addicted to answering some of these questions and just different comments that people had. So I didn't say it, but I saw that Quintella asked about the cards. Yes, girl, we are going to be creating those cards too. They're going to go hand in hand with the book. However,
yeah,
the book will come out first.
Yes.
And then I will make the
astrology
cards, because I really want to make the cards too. But you know what else is kind of F things up? Is that with all these tariffs and all these things, I need to start checking, and it really made me start to think maybe I need to find printers. I can't find any local printers, but maybe I can find printers that are in Mexico, let's say, or something. So there's just a lot that go into it now that we're in this whole brouhaha with China. And,
Listen, it's not my fault. China does not want to negotiate properly. I had to put out a post the other day. Did you see my post? It was big. Probably about 20 million likes.
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me, I'm still talking.
Oh, sorry.
A lot of hearts on my post about China. They're not negotiating properly. I had to do the same thing with Great Britain. Now they're coming back to the table. Everybody likes to come to the table and negotiate with me because I am the best. I know how to make a deal.
Okay. So what I heard, can you tell me about your big deal? He has this big, beautiful deal that Trump is doing. The finance stuff, it's like whatever. But what I heard is he's putting a little caveat in there that they're going to put a full moratorium on. And I heard this as I was driving on NPR and they were talking about it. A full moratorium on AI, meaning that for 10 years, not 10 months, 10 years, they are going to do no laws around AI. And that had me absolutely like, oh.
It's because Elon is my friend and he's from Mars, and we're trying to really mess up our country and the world. And what we want is AI to run every aspect of your life, because all of you are going to be it's big, it's real big, but you're going to be enslaved. Did I say that out loud? And so it's okay. And you're welcome.
That, yeah, what he said. I mean, that would be insane to not have any checks and balances on AI. I couldn't even imagine what our world would
Elon
look
did
like
step
with
down
AI
from
never being touched.
Yeah, his days are up from Doge, so that's done with. So, but let's talk about the astrology.
Ooh.
Right, we're wrapping up the Leo moon.
Okay.
And who else is here? So Quintella
Quintella's here,
Cassiopeia,
and Queen D.
Not Queen B. Queen.
Okay.
Hey, Queen D.
Queen D.
You're new, so welcome. Please share your Sun, Moon,
Yes.
Rising, and I give you a free interpretation real quick. And hopefully, you, since you're new, will join my private community, Knowledge is Love Tribe.
And Quintella asked about the Golden Dome. He wants to put over the U.S. and Canada
because the firmament is not enough, and I don't know if you know or did research, Miss Quintella, I'll call you QT for short. We are trying to protect ourselves from the asteroids. You've heard about the asteroid belts. And I don't want anything coming down to Mar-a-Lago. It's not nice when I'm playing golf. I don't want asteroids hitting my I have Nike golf shoes.
Nobody wants asteroids on us.
So we're going to put a golden dome over America. Not really, because we can't, because there is no outer space. But we'll put the illusion to protect us, at least our country, and protect America, even though Biden couldn't protect a Chinese balloon coming in because Sleepy Joe was asleep at the wheel. Otto Penn was running our country. So anyway, let's get to Saturn and Gemini in the natal birth chart.
So Queen D, sorry.
Oh, Queen D, share your Sun, Moon, Rising, please.
Oh, okay. What? That's what she's, okay. So that's your birthday. So 6/20/73, and you are a Gemini.
620, you're right on the cusp.
But do you have
Do you know your sun, moon, and
your
rising? Yeah. Because that just tells me your Pluto, Libra, and a couple things. But I want to know if you know your big three. I do a little free interpretation. The birth chart, you got to book. It's Gemini season, so book the birth chart sale. Eric at BigEAstro.com, either 206 or 305, and I'm gonna make you thrive if you join me live over Zoom. So Saturn and Gemini in the natal birth chart. Saturn is the planet of.
What did I come in on? She's asking, what did she come in on?
What did you come in on? Your rising sign is the time you were born, and so that's the first house. And then your sun and your moon.
She doesn't have that stuff.
Oh, you don't know it? Okay.
So,
well, just email me, and maybe you can even copy down her information.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd have to email me if you don't know your birth time. I can help you figure that out, and that's an extra $20. And you can book a birth chart reading and take advantage of the Gemini birth chart sale.
Okay, so she's giving us her birth time. Hold on just one moment. Do me a favor, sweetie.
You don't want to put that out in public.
Yeah. Don't give us all that stuff, okay?
It's Eric at BigEAstrology.com. And just email me your city and state and all that stuff, okay? So ERIC you see back there, BigEAstrology.com. Okay? But your Pluto Libra generation and your Gemini, so your sun could be trining. Actually, I know it's not trining exactly, but it's sign and house and a trine to your Pluto. Okay? Because you have Pluto in Libra. And if you're born in 73, your Pluto Libra is probably somewhere like between like 9 and 14 degrees, somewhere in there. And your sun is more like 28 or 29 degrees, depending on, the year of your birth, right? In 73. Okay. So you're an OG like us, you're Gen X, she's born 73 too. So Saturn in Gemini. Now, Saturn is the planet of karma, restrictions, delays. We live in a Saturnian matrix bubble. Capiche? So Saturn is your bones, your DNA, your lineage. It can be the grandparents, or it could be your father figure. It's the authorities in your life, the government. It's law and order. It's restrictions, delays. It's discipline, organization, structure, hard work. Saturn is that karma. When you have Saturn in Gemini, right? Gemini, the masculine, mutable air sign, what can happen is that you can potentially stutter growing up. You can have some limitations about your writing or your learning or communications. You can have a speech impediment. You could be dyslexic. So she had two things, right? Pisces, Mercury, and Saturn, Gemini, two different placements that gave her dyslexia. So, you know what I mean? So that's a double entendre of dyslexia, But what happens when you have Saturn and Gemini, and this has happened to her, and she'll tell you about it. We're going to ask her a question about it, right? When you have Saturn and Gemini, you have to respond to your abilities. So over time, you will become not only a very good communicator, but a very talented and good writer. Saturn in Gemini can make you focus for long hours doing creative tasks or doing writing or communicating. Because what happens with Saturn, where you may struggle at it in the beginning and has those limits and delays, then it's where you kind of become a master at something. So she's a very good public speaker. She's a pretty talented writer as well. And so, you see her here all the time cutting me off. She's a great communicator. So Saturn in Gemini.
Cutting you off?
Yeah.
I do so much more than that.
In the beginning, in the first 30 minutes of the show, you cut me off like 3 times. They saw it. It's okay. But
I was just trying to talk to you guys.
So Saturn and Gemini in the natal. Saturn and Gemini in the natal birth chart can make you someone that can, be good at knitting or sewing. You're going to have really good hand skills. Now, the house will change it and flavor it. I think for her, because the second house is food and speech and how you earn money, right? She uses her hands to make money through making organic and vegan body and skincare. That's Saturn and Gemini's second house. But also food, Saturn and Gemini makes her very gifted at making food. Because Gemini is associated with your skills, your self-efforts, but your hands, your ears, your communication. Your actual speech is the second house in Taurus, They're both associated with that. But the Gemini is communicating. You know what I mean? So one thing about Saturn and Gemini people, though, they can definitely have and share how was it for you with the dyslexia growing up? And then also you said you went to speech pathology, correct? You had a speech delay, or what was it?
Well, when I did do speech pathology, and it was the pronunciation of my words. So, b, 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 b. So I had to do all that stuff. And don't laugh at me.
No, I'm so glad you did it.
Yes, I'm so glad I did it too, because now I can pronounce things unless they're not English. I'm very bad at pronouncing things that are not English.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's really funny. And sometimes I know I probably sound horrific, and I'm not. Like, I probably sound really racist, and I'm so not.
She's so bad at like trying to do Spanish. Like, oh my God.
Oh, it's really bad.
It's really funny.
It's really bad.
It's really funny.
But so what was your next question?
The dyslexia.
So with the dyslexia, it's interesting. I don't have a ton of it, but I have a touch of it, and I transpose numbers, and it's hard. I read morbidly slow, and I have to reread things a lot to make sure that I get it. And that's the biggest
and
issue.
Rewrite though too, right?
And I
because you make a lot of grammatical
I
errors.
make mistakes when I write, and I transpose numbers and things. So it's kind of hard. Like, I love Grammarly and those things now. They really help me. But and I didn't even know I had it. I mean, it was like one of those things where people just like, oh, she's dumb. See, I grew up Gen X, and they were not nice. They were like, you're a retard.
They were like,
yeah.
Oh my God. So y'all don't know. Danny and Coco Locks will let you all know, right? Us grown folks here. When we were growing up, there was no kindness in words and calling you gentle. They're like, oh, you dumb as sugar honey iced tea. Oh, you retarded, baby? What's wrong with you?
And then I got into...
You on the yellow bus?
Exactly. No, so I was in remedial classes, and then somehow a teacher was like, no, she's actually smart. And they put me in for gifted and talented. So I went through all of the gate testing that people would do. And so I jumped from in one year, I jumped from being in remedial classes to being put in honors. And I was in the second grade reading at a sixth grade level and all of this stuff. And, you know, it's kind of interesting.
She was one of those weird, giant, tall, like light-skinned girls in school, like in elementary school, when the boys would look up at her.
I was taller than everybody.
She was one of those weirdos. That was her.
So I think that's kind of mean to call me a weirdo.
I think it's just how other people perceived you. That's how I would.
How do you know?
Because I know. I remember those girls in school, and we'd be like, "Damn, she's so freaking tall. God, she's weird." You know that? I mean, that's just what kids thought. I mean, I'm just telling you the inner dialogue.
And you know what? I was such a good girl. I always wanted to do everything right.
She was a good two shoes.
I was teacher's pet, and I was always trying to be nice and good, but I was also trying to be popular too.
Okay, enough of the chronicles of young, retarded, delayed Alana.
Listen.
Oh my God, I'm joking. No, it's just really funny because she'll tell you people were not kind to Gen Xers when we were little,
and they were definitely not kind to me, because you know what it was. You got to understand this. This was in the 70s and early 80s. And somebody who looked like me, I fit nowhere. They were like, they didn't know how to size me up. It was like, oh God, she's a whack job. Like, nobody liked me when I was they could have had that show, Everybody Hates Alana.
Oh, it
was sad.
You and Chris Rock.
I was like, come on now.
So what happens also with Saturn?
Yeah.
We're gonna get to the chat in a second, but
okay.
Let me just finish. What also happens with Saturn and Gemini is that you can, as you guys just saw here, you can communicate for long stretches at a time with Saturn and Gemini, right? You know what I mean? So she, you know, has become this great orator, but like it gives them longevity because Gemini is quick, bite-sized informations, but when it's in Saturn, it goes to long form, right? So it's a little bit like diarrhea of the mouth, so it can become very long form, but they can be very disciplined with their skills, whether it's hands, with writing, with their words, communications. Now, did you ever, this is an interesting question, do you ever remember having issues with the ear, any ear infections or anything with your hands or wrists or fingers?
I did get the occasional ear infection.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Because the reason why I asked that, because Gemini rules the ears, hands,
when I was little,
wrist, and
yeah,
shoulders.
actually now that you say that, I would get them. And
See,
my grandmother would lay
the
me on her
astrologer
lap
husband knows
and
her better
pour
than she knows
olive
herself.
oil in my ears
Yeah,
to like help me. Those what do you call it, remedies that your grandparents
And
have.
I wonder if all Saturn Gemini people have tiny little ears like you.
I have little.
She's got tiny little ears. Now, this isn't something that I researched and studied. Just looked at her cranium, and she's got tiny ears. Well, she's got a big head, but she's got small ears.
I do. I have a really big head.
Yeah.
I can't even get hats that fit. It really sucks.
Yeah.
But anyways,
she couldn't have played girls softball.
No.
She would have had to wear a bucket hat or something.
You so bad. Anyways,
but let's go to chat, and then I'll close up with Saturn Gemini.
And he just might. CC said you might get dropped and kicked after this live today.
CC, I gotta keep her. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the truth. I have to mess with her because she's very serious, and sometimes I gotta poke the Sagittarius moon. Her being a Pisces sun and Sag moon, Jupiter, she's very silly, but she likes to dispense the silliness. She don't want it back towards her. You know what I mean? So that's where I've got to like toughen up her skin so that she can handle joking and snapping. Because she grew up with a lonely only child. I grew up with a ton of cousins. We would chew each other up and snap on each other, and it's like whatever. People called me 4 eyes and big feet and big head, and I would collab back. With her, she's ready to fight.
Oh yeah, because I was an only child.
So she's ready to fight.
I was like, listen, I didn't grow up with sisters and brothers and all that kind of stuff. He tells me all the time. I'm like, oh.
She couldn't handle that.
See, you talk too much smack to me. I'm like, oh, so now we got to fight, huh? All right, let's go.
Anger issues. That's the Sag moon, though. I could write a paper on Sag moons. Mm-hmm. But anyway, go back to the chat, though, and then we'll get finished up Saturn Gemini.
Let's see now. Queen B says, hit my...
Queen D?
No, this is Numerolix.
Queen's up. Numerolix, Queen's up in the house. Queen D. We were just talking about you, Queen B.
Hit my moon line so I can answer your question now from the other night. So, okay, I'm confused. So were you Queen D? Numerolix, is it on your channel? I'm slow. Yeah, I'm confused. Let's see now. Okay, so we love you. We love you, Queen B. And I'm not sure. Anyways, let's go on.
Oh, she has, I think she's talking, she has
but
like
she said her hit my moon line.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I know you said you have a moon line and you gave it on the show, but I don't know I don't really know anything about it.
Is that like a telephone number?
Yeah, it's like you can leave her a message and ask a question.
Was that like a party line? Remember back in the 80s?
Party line.
Girl, you got a party line.
You got a party line?
I know you know what's up.
Oh my God. Yeah, but I actually don't know. I don't know that. So but thank you for contributing in the group.
Yes, thank you so much.
And you could start posting.
We are so incredibly blessed.
It's going to be so awesome. Any other questions? Any questions about Saturn and Gemini? And anybody else have it? And share what house you have it in. She has it in the second house. And so what also could happen when you have it in the second house, it can restrict your communications with your family, tu familia. So her parents got divorced early, and then she also was not communicating with her Caucasian side. They rejected her. So that's Saturn Gemini's second house. Okay.
Nobody wanted anything to do with it.
Yeah. Listen, it's almost 17.
It's caused a lot of shit that I have to still work out to this day. I've been doing a lot of shadow work.
17 years of marriage. I've become the life coach working with her.
He's a good life coach.
helping her
I'm
out.
so much
Relationship
better
coach.
than I was.
Like I've really put in a lot of work just with my beautiful wife here.
Thank you,
So
darling.
you're welcome. But and she thanked me today. I like to always, you know, I'm a very routine, and like I just make sure everything is done. Like you got your phone, you lock the door, you close the garage, you know. And she thanked me for it today, and I said thank you and always check on me, and that's just my assignment. When we started dating, I let her know that I was here to watch over her and protect her forever. So that's just
Forever?
forever,
Forever,
ever,
ever?
forever. So yeah, but also, so anybody have Saturn and Gemini? Let me know. You know, if you were born around 73, like Queen D, you would have it. Or was Queen D really Queen D, or was it Queen B?
No, they're two different people.
Okay, that's what I thought. So Queen D, you will have Saturn and Gemini too. Okay. And you know, it's could be in a conjunction to your sun, depending on the degrees, but maybe not, because you're probably 29 degrees Gemini sun, being born on June 20th. So you're on that cusp. And this is a great cusp. It's the cusp of magic. The Gemini Cancer cusp. They're brilliant, brilliant people. So you're in good company, Queen D. That's a great cusp. I think Nicole Kidman and Reese Witherspoon. There's a couple of people in that cusp, I believe. I can't remember everybody, but I'll be talking about it probably maybe towards the end of the month. Okay. Now, before we get to Uranus and Gemini, I want to share with you guys, please go on my YouTube channel and watch it. I taught it at Coffee Talk, and now I've released the video, Uranus and Gemini, the transit on the 7-7 portal. That's just for a few months. I will redo the Coffee Talk and that video, and I have in there the natal chart placement video of Uranus and Gemini. So whenever I do these shows, in the description, you'll see the Saturn and Gemini video. You can click and watch it after the show, and the Uranus and Gemini, because I've done both of those. And Uranus in transit, it's going to bring in a lot of changes really from next year, 2026, April, to about 2034, when it's, you know, retrograde into Cancer and then come back and then go back in. So it will be around to 2034. And it's a 7-year transit, and Gemini risings, get ready. It's going to change your life. You're not going to be the same person. So she just went through it. Our older son's about to go through it. He's not going to be the same person after the next 7 years. And I have to tell him that. He doesn't know that yet because he's not really that into astrology. But trust me when I tell you, and she just went through it. So she could even tell him as the mom that Uranus on your ascendant is a game changer.
And it's so wonderful if you open yourself to it.
Yes, you have to open yourself. And she did a good job. I prepared her though, but I'm super proud of her. She did a great job with it. And it's a lot harder in Taurus than it is in Gemini. Uranus and Gemini, I think it's going to be a really powerful transit, but this is where we're going to see a lot of what Trump was talking about with that AI. We're going to see crazy advancements of technology. We're going to see, I would predict in this time, that we may not have these anymore. You know, and at least by the end of Pluto, Aquarius 2044, the cell phones will be gone, but they may be gone before 2034. You may just have like a little debit card that has everything in it, your cell phone, little mini TV, this and that, like, you know, and you'll see it's going to be a brave new world. Uranus and Gemini is going to change things with transportation and flight. You'll have way more of the Waymo cars in every city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have them out here. They're in LA and Las Vegas. I don't know if you guys have them yet on the East Coast or Southeast. If anybody has seen the Waymo cars in New York City, or even where you are, Coco in Atlanta, let me know, or Philly, where you're at Queen Bee, I'd be curious. But they're pretty big. Our son uses them. They're big out here in Arizona. I know LA and Vegas, but that's going to be commonplace.
It's interesting because, for one, the kids love the Waymos. They're very, really nice cars.
And they're driverless cars,
Jaguars,
if you don't know what they are.
You know, and they're Jaguars that are like kind of hatchbacky or whatever. But the parents like it because there's no issues with a potential driver doing anything inappropriate. Yeah. Who you have
makes
to
you feel
with
safer if your kids got to travel by themselves. Yeah.
So I find that kind of interesting.
Yeah. But they don't go everywhere yet. They're like on a grid. It's still very limited, but they work well.
Yeah, they're getting there. They they go up to about 5 blocks from where we live. They haven't quite made it here yet.
Yeah.
So let me just very quickly
read the comments.
Let's see now. I'm sorry. We got a lot of stuff. Anyways.
And thank you guys for coming to the coffee talk.
Queen
Beyonce
B
was
wanted
awesome.
to let us know that she has already put her post up in the community.
Right.
Thank you very much. I am very appreciative of that.
You're the best.
Let's see now.
And you guys will get to learn from Numeralytics, Queen B, because she's going to be dropping a lot of jewels in that numerology group. But it's a place for all the other people that love or know numerology to share too.
Okay. Quintella is like getting me straight. See, I was looking at this and see, Queen B was talking to Queen D. It had nothing to do with us. And that's why I didn't understand. Thank you for clearing it up, Quintella.
See?
Or as
QT.
It's QT. Thank you. And
she's quite special. She's got a Pisces moon, which means that she likes to swim in the water like she's a mermaid. By the way, I've seen mermaids. I don't like what the celebrities do in Hollywood with them. Don't eat a mermaid. It's not nice.
Don't eat the mermaids. Exactly. And Quintella said it's already started. So you're talking about for her. So she's already started. She's making a big change to her image last Sunday.
She's ahead of it. Yeah, it's not there yet. It won't go to July 7th, but yeah. You're just ahead of the curve, prepared for it. But I do want to say this before we get into it in the natal birth chart. Be mindful, you guys. We're still at the 27 degrees, but I was even talking about it in Beyonce's birth chart. When Uranus goes, because she's still going through the Uranus opposition, that's the midlife crisis. But when Uranus is at the 28th and really more so the anaretic critical degree, the 29th, we're going to have some serious issues with our food supply, resources, the financial, as E Complete said on We Body That, financial statements falling on Wall Street. It's going to be wild. So that may be when they kind of turn off the net that's and we get put into the digital currency, because that is coming. So just be prepared. But you'll feel there's going to be more earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, and still prayers to all those people healing in Missouri, Kentucky, and Memphis, and just that whole little belt. And even Coco was telling us about, stuff going down in Atlanta with the little tornado in Georgia. So, just be mindful that, you guys, as we get closer to July 7th, the weather is going to be wild. You heard it here first, okay?
So, Jolly James is
What's
here.
Up, Jolly James?
She came in a long time ago when I did not
Jolly
acknowledge
James,
you.
I hope you join the community. I want to meet you one day, and I hope you come to Coffee Talk one day. And this community, you guys, it's going to be so good. And I hope you guys all join the $18 a month. $5 is cool, but I want you to get all the benefits. And the $18, you get, Wu-Tang is for the children. You get everything. And it's really going to be so much fun, extremely informative. But we wanted to have that lower tier so that way, more people can just be in there and be a part of those 12 groups. And you could still be in the sister circle or the man cave or the bro cave, whatever we're going to call it. I like the man code.
The man code. Okay, so the man
code. But Danny, wait, did Danny say anything? Danny,
he said either one was fine, but
he likes the man code.
Let us know if he thinks of anything else.
Okay, thank you, Danny.
So, Mark Matthews is here.
Mark Matthews, I hope you join our community.
Thank you.
And we're gonna have just a group for men, but we can talk about guy stuff, right? So, Mark Matthews, even though I haven't met you yet, bro, hopefully you join the community. But do you like the man code, the man cave, the bros? What name would you like for a community just for the men within our groups? We already have 12 groups, right?
Okay. I'm sorry.
From astrology to spirituality, crystals, herbs, health, business, creativity, astrology, numerology, bunch of groups. But we're going to have the sister circle for the ladies, and also one of those 3 or 4 names that I just mentioned for the fellas. So give us which one you may like, or something different.
And Mark Matthews says it's been hectic for him the last couple of years. I mean, last couple weeks.
Okay.
And it's crazy because I think that is the consensus for everybody on this planet.
Okay,
I
I'm
think
going to tell
May
you.
was a hard month.
And Numeralytics broke it down for us personally for our
Yes.
kids, but
Mhm.
May's been a hard month for a lot of people. And you don't just have to be Leos or this number or whatever. May's been a tough month. But you guys have to understand, we're going through bigly shifts. Saturn going into Aries, it's a huge shift. The mutable signs are like, like it's really changed. Like now she's like more embracing groups of people and organizations, and she's even feeling a lift of like hanging out with different people that like, oh, this is better and nicer now. Because Saturn was on Pisces and it was hitting her, it was hitting me, hitting our sun, the Gemini, and the Sagittarius people.
Oh, it was a hard.
So it was hitting her all over as a Pisces and a Sag moon. She was getting jacked up multiple ways. Now, for the cardinal signs, now you get to experience the Saturn in Aries. But remember, we all have Aries in our birth chart. So you guys need to look at what house you have it in. And with Saturn conjunct Neptune, it is asking us to really slow down and put in the spiritual discipline.
Slow down.
Okay. And remember what I told you, the air and fire signs are not naturally introspective, but Saturn, Neptune, Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn is asking you guys, can you start to be a little bit more introspective? Contemplate before you impulsively act, react, or respond, right? You got to really pause first. A pregnant pause, not like the little boop, like the the 9-month 4-second breathe in and out pause. Okay. So that's what's been going on though. But Saturn can create headaches, migraine headaches, arthritis, eye pain. Aries is the upper teeth, top teeth can have some issues. Okay, it's at the crown chakra. So this is quite literally affecting us. But remember, when we face the restrictions, Aries, you got to push through because that's actually going to reform things in the frontal lobe of your brain, your decision making. So when they put up the wall, go through it or around it, but take a pause and then step back, kiss yourself, and then go forward. Okay. And Neptune conjunct to Saturn. I mean, that's, I think for me, I've been noticing sleep has been tough, especially if you've got Aries in the 12th or even for people with Aries in the 6th. You know, sleep has been challenging. And, you know, the Neptune and Aries, I've been sensing a lot of allergy issues this year too. So I don't know if you guys have been experiencing that. And just feeling like you're kind of like, you know, moments of like weird dizziness. The veil is also very thin. So that's been happening, M-class and S-class solar flares. So you are not alone. It is tough for us all. Even though I can't sing, I still will bawl for y'all. She don't like it when I say, but I love this.
No, you know what?
And
we were at church this morning.
And she got corrected.
And I got I got convicted.
Yep.
Because they were talking like the thing about in church today was authenticity, living in full color, and just being who you are authentically. And I have notes written, but he said that when I tell him that he can't sing, it hurts his feelings. And I am sorry. I'm going to let you sing. Matter of fact, if you want to, you can give him, you just did. Okay. I guess you don't have to do it again, but if you want to. Okay.
Don't you love how like she's like giving me permission? Like as if I need her permission.
Listen.
Sometimes you know what's cute? Sometimes I think she forgets who I is. Because Eric, I'll be 55 in September, and I will honestly tell you, my whole life I've been a leader, never been a follower, and I surely don't ask nobody for permission. What? I does what I does, and I does what I does when I wants to do it. Doesn't mean I don't have respect though and boundaries, because like we have tremendous, and we'll talk about this in our relationship group, relationships and self-love. We have serious. I don't even want to call it rules. It's just boundaries and respect in our marriage, which is why we're going on 17 years.
Yeah, no, I don't play. Okay. So Sia, honey, we're going to be in Texas.
We're going to do a world tour. July. We're going to try to see Sia and Chantel.
Because here where we are, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter as the summer goes on. And so we'll stay in the Phoenix area in June. By July, it's getting hotter. By September, it is like, oh my God.
But we have to be here August and
the
September because they
worst.
go back to school.
But they go back to school August 4th is like the day. So at any rate, but Sia said that we would love to hook up, and she knows good vegan places out there in
see,
Houston.
she's in Austin.
And but she said, and she knows of some places in Houston that we need to try. Okay. So we will totally be doing that because yes, our eldest is in Houston. So we don't worry, girl. We're gonna let you know.
Sia, we may have a boyfriend for you. You may have to be a daughter-in-law.
Oh, yes. You know, he's a nice boy.
He's a really good kid.
He's a good boy.
He's a Virgo.
I'll show you a picture of him.
Well, did you see the podcast? He's handsome.
Yeah.
Elijah Taylor. I interviewed him in Black History Month. That's our oldest son. So, but
and then Jolly said, "I can't wait for Uranus to move out of Taurus."
I know, right?
My natal in Uranus.
Your natal what? Oh, your natal Uranus. So you've been going through the opposition too, the midlife crisis.
Oh, honey.
I know it's not easy, right? It's not easy. But I'm going to tell you, mine was so powerful in Aries. It's when I had the twins, but it's when I got sick with the valley fever, and that's what led me to becoming a professional astrologer. So that's what Uranus will do, you guys. It will shake things up to get you on your soul's purpose. So respect the midlife crisis and respect the opposition because it's really to align you to your soul's purpose. So embrace Uranus. Uranus transits will always make you better. It doesn't mean it's comfortable at all. Doesn't mean that it's easy, but when you're done with it, it's like making diamonds, right? Pressure makes the diamonds. It really does. And I have to say, I look back now and it was terrible. She'll tell you it was rough. I mean, I got to a point where I couldn't even help her, feed the babies with the bottle. I mean, I did it, but I would sometimes give my oldest son, let him give me a break to help. Eventually, I still pushed through because, we'd sit there and feed him watching college football and, the twins would stay up with us late. But, it's just hard, the Uranus opposition. But it is here to get your soul on its purpose, right? It's breaking the social norms, fracturing the structures. Let's just get into it. Uranus and Gemini in the natal birth chart. So what is Uranus? Uranus is the spiritual awakener. Uranus is the central nervous system in the back of the neck. It's the motherboard. It's extreme weather. It is sudden events. It's chaos. Uranus is weird, bizarre, innovative, the vanguard, futuristic. It is your soul seeking freedom and liberation, breaking the social norms and fracturing the structures. It's the revolutionary. Uranus is no joke. And what you have to really understand, it's the higher octave of Mercury, so it's higher consciousness. Uranus is Saturn Kronos' daddy. And Saturn cut off the thingy of Uranus. That wasn't nice, right? And Uranus is Jupiter's grandpa. Now you're getting the story, right? Little Greek mythology making sense to you. So Uranus, that's why when you see people have the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction, especially in a tight orb between 0, you feel it 0-10, but 0-3, they can be psychics. They can be gurus, shamans, like powerful spiritual leaders and teachers. They can also be a little loco poco crazies. So you have to be mindful. Sign and house will tell you that more so, but it's a powerful energy. So Uranus and Gemini in the natal birth chart. So if you were born with it, like Donald Trump, yeah, you'll be a vanguard. You'll be an outliner. Uranus and Gemini, you're going to see, right? The people that are, kind of like at that age now, they're either going to be, between 78 and 85, or maybe 79 and 86, in that range. Okay. They're going to be having their Uranus return because I think Trump is like 79 now. So it's, it's powerful, but it takes 84 years to run its full cycle for the return. But because it's 7 years, it moves through the sign a little bit slower, right? Does that make sense? So if you have Uranus and Gemini natal birth chart, America has it. And these alignments Pluto Aquarius, Saturn in Aries, Uranus Gemini. These were the alignments of the American Revolution, the Civil War. So this is why you've seen astrologers for the last 5 years looking at these alignments and saying, whoa, we could have war or civil war in America in 2026 or things like that. You have to understand we're not in the age of Pisces anymore. We're in the age of Aquarius. So humanity's evolved and these placements are not the same. Right? Consciousness has evolved, things have changed. So what this is really going to really bring in is more of the war of freedom, liberation, independence, the war of consciousness, the war of authenticity and spiritual liberation. That's the war, and spiritual warfare, because we've been going through spiritual warfare for a long time. People talk about World War III. It's already been happening. It's just been spiritual. And I can't tell you when it started. That may be a story that's way past even biblical times, but we are in spiritual warfare. Okay, so just understand with Uranus and Gemini, these people are very quick mentally. They're rebels with the communication, right? Hence, you would say things like bigly or very fine people, or she's a very manly woman, right? They just say stuff that's like, what? Like crazy and out of sorts, but actually extremely funny. Uranus Gemini is going to be very funny, weird, clever, couldn't be a little arrogant. They can be witty. Hey, I don't care if you like them or don't like them. We all can be adults and admit that, Donald J. Trump, our president, is freaking comedy for the good, the bad, and the ugly. He's funny. Okay. And I met him in person, at a GQ party in New York City once. Q-Tip was the DJ. Very big head. Headbutted you would die instantly. Just be out cold. Same with Hugh Grant and James Caan. Just craniums, like my head and her head together. Not that big, but very, very close to it. But so Uranus and Gemini, though, think about it, right? Remember I said Gemini is ruled by Mercury and Uranus is the higher octave. So these people, whether you want to give them credit or not, Uranus and Gemini, you're getting higher consciousness downloaded into you as you write and communicate too. So they can be, and you'll see some of these children coming up. The babies, any of you guys that are thinking about having kids, these kids that are going to be born in 2026 to 34, the beta generation, brilliant. Now, I don't know what's going to come after beta. Maybe they'll call them Katas, Caddies, Koofies, Kikis. I don't know, but they're going to be something else. Okay. But, right now we're into the betas with Pluto Aquarius. And, generations go from 15 to 20 years. So I don't, label it or make it, but I don't know what name will come next, but it'll be alpha, beta, it'll be a C. I don't know what the C would be. Alpha, beta, Kata, Cha, the Chas. So very quick-witted though too, and there could be some, I hate to say it, but even a mental psychosis or an Alzheimer's or dementia. That's something that, looking at Trump's chart in 11th house, when Uranus goes into Gemini, that's something, it could be a sudden thing because it's also hitting his sun. It could be issues to his health or to his mental abilities, so it'll be interesting. We have to see. So any questions about Uranus and Gemini in the natal birth chart? And if any of you guys thinking about having children, you're going to have some brilliant kids.
Let's see. So I don't see any questions yet. Cece wants to fight with you because she's like, I don't think she likes the Steelers.
You don't like the Steelers?
He bleeds gold and black.
Black and gold.
We love you too, numeral
Yeah.
Queen Bee.
Queen Bee. She can't say that word.
See that
Saturn Gemini.
That's that fat tongue. That's
Mercury,
whatever.
Pisces,
See,
Saturn
right
Gemini.
there, right there, girl.
She'll never get it.
I'm sorry. And let's see. Oh, Glad we are in June now. Okay.
Yes.
I hope you mean that you're going to be around in July. See, I hope you're not going on a world travel. Mama Mist is here. Hey, Mama
What up,
Mist.
Mama?
Numeralic said June is a 6th universal month and out cycle ruled by Earth element.
Yay, that's good for me. I'm all about the Earth. I'm all about the Earth.
Let's see now.
I'm an Earth king.
E50, important B-Day for you. Yes, he is turning 55.
Yeah,
Ooh, I
that's
didn't
gonna be
even
good.
think about that.
Mhm.
Thank you. Yes, 55.
The double nickel will trickle down coins from heaven, making me mentally smooth like Burt Blyleven. The curved balls I flip off of walls for y'alls. The baritone MC sounding like Lou Rawls. Give me the applause. My jaw jabbers and gets smooth. Hooking you like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I know that groove. He been in my house. He been through the door. And on the microphone, lyrically, I am the mighty Thor.
And Sia said, are we compatible? I hope so. I'll have him do that for you. You know.
Who is she compatible?
Her and Elijah.
Oh. Well, he's a Virgo. I think you're an Aries, but you don't base it on the sun signs. I got to look at your Juno and Jupiter.
We'd have to look because you know what?
But he's a Gemini rising.
The older we get, we believe in arranged
we believe in
marriages.
arranged marriage
Because we want you want to make
and
sure
Sia,
that
we would be the best in-laws ever, Sia.
But you need to make sure that you like the in-laws.
Yeah.
And I already like you, and we already like your mother.
Yeah.
So you know, like we
get along
feel
good.
like that could be like a good meshing of the families.
But not just that. Trust
you gotta
me.
watch that stuff.
Trust me, you want to have us as in-laws because we are going to offer so much help because it takes a village and we know what it is to raise kids with no help. Me and her, we've had no help.
No help. Nada.
All alone. And so my future daughter-in-law, oh my God, we going to be there. You and your husband be able to go on vacation.
We'll be like, oh no, baby, you just take it. We got him. Come on.
We got
Did
the
you
kids.
guys want to get away? It's been 3 months. Have you guys had your getaway?
You guys
well,
need the vacation?
you better go.
We actually are the people that look forward to being grandparents, like bigly, especially me. And I already know.
Oh, don't you have a girl? Because see, that's why we have 4 boys because he wanted a girl so bad.
But I've already seen it in my birth chart. You look at the 9th house.
She's one of 5 siblings.
Yep. You look at the 9th house for your grandkids, and I have Cancer in my 9th house as a Scorpio rising, and so that's going to be a little girl. I'm telling you, I already seen it. Yeah,
it has to be.
Yeah. And she got Capricorn, so that's feminine energy too. So yeah, no, I'm excited. I already know. I already know. But so this is what I wanted to say too. Right now, what's coming up, and please go watch my podcast interview. I put it on my page and it's also on my interviews and media. Always check my playlist, interviews and media. Anytime I'm on another show or podcast, I will put it in there so you guys can watch it. I also put the link on my community post. I was with an amazing astrologer who's been on my show, Ask Laura Bruno, and I was on her podcast and we broke down Jupiter and Cancer. It was really an amazing episode. And just really a lot of fun. So that's up and live now. And I'll be recording another podcast coming up this week, and I'll let you know about that. So if any of you guys out there know of any public speaking events or, you can book me for private parties. Now that's a party. To have me come and do birth charts live, that's a party. Okay. But seriously, but also, podcasts, Instagram lives, whatever, definitely reach out, BigEAstrology.com or Eric at BigEAstrology.com. And, I do want you guys to be ready because there is going to be a shift, and it will be really nice because as a collective, our emotional intelligence is going to get a boost. Our connection to home and what home means to us and coming back home to ourselves, Jupiter and Cancer. Remember, Jupiter is expansion, abundance, fortune, and luck. Jupiter and Cancer is exalted, but it's not the bag, as you young kids say. It's more the divine wisdom and knowledge. So I think this is also going to lift up families. Homeschooling is going to increase, and the divine feminine. So the next 13 months, June 9th, right, for 13 months, and it doesn't retrograde until 11/11. So it goes straight through, I think, to like 25 degrees until 11/11, and then it'll retrograde for a little bit. So we got 13 months with Jupiter in Cancer. I'm your private dancer. It's going to be nice. So look in your birth chart, you guys, see where you have Cancer, and Jupiter's going to come and clean up the mess that Mars made. Because you all know, right? Mars in Cancer was messy. Oh, God. Mars in Leo has not been easy either. For some reason, I can't wait till it just gets back to my placement, Mars and Virgo. Because Mars is tough in Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. I don't know what it is about Mars, but it don't behave right in those three signs. That's my opinion. You guys let me know if you feel the same thing. How's it been for you in Leo? It started off rough because it was opposing Pluto. And that's when we had all those explosions in the new year and all that stuff, right? And then it's just started up again. And it's not easy, greasy, for sheezy, maneezy. Okay.
And let's see. Oh, we have Janie.
Oh, they're new. Hey, Janie.
Jupiter first house.
Oh, I got Jupiter first house. What you talking about? So give me your sun, moon, rising, and I'll break down for you your big three. But welcome. Thank you. Please subscribe. Welcome to the channel. And thank you for all the new subscribers. I got a bunch of new subscribers after Elena's show coming on. She's got a big following. Go follow her on Searchlight Tarot. She's got over like 230K. She's bigly. Okay. But she's sweet and a really nice lady. Aquarius and Virgos, not always so great for relationships, but great for friendships and business. Okay. So we have fun together. We've done 3 podcasts together, 3 lives, and we're talking about planning on doing more in the future. So it'll be really cool. Because, I know nothing about tarot. Like when I ask her questions, I ask it as if like I'm an infant, because I really don't know, so it's fascinating though, but I don't know it. Any other questions about Saturn, Gemini, Uranus, Gemini? And Sia, you may, who knows, you're at that age where you may have a child during this transit and they're going to be freaking intelligent, super bright. Uranus, Gemini kids, yeah. Especially with the Pluto alignment. And just so you guys know, when it comes in on that 7/7 portal, July and August, that trine to Pluto, it's going to be powerful. You're going to have so many things come up about technology, This is going to be really fascinating. Okay. New, not just that, like new for, Alana was trying to reach out to get this guest. This guy, he from plastic is fueling cars. He calls it plastic. Instead of gasoline, amazing. He calls it plastiline or whatever.
So think about this. Obviously gas is a petroleum-based thing.
Oh, we're back on our fast, you guys.
He's converting plastic into gasoline. I mean, this is the petroleum. I think that's the most amazing thing. He's in
Portland.
Yes, Oregon. Yeah. And I'm hoping to get him, because that type of stuff to me is so fascinating, because it would be such a way to kill 2 birds with one stone. He says it actually burns cleaner than regular gasoline as well. Okay, so Janie is a Cancer rising.
Oh, perfect. She started with the rising.
An Aries sun.
Whoop.
Jupiter in Capricorn. Do you know what your moon is? But we can start with those, right?
Yeah, but tell us your moon. So that means
you give us your moon?
Your Jupiter is in your 7th house, not the 1st house, if it's in Capricorn, if you're Cancer rising. So let's clear that
up. And
then
is she maybe the Placidus? Is that why?
No, not Placidus. She said Cancer rising.
Oh, okay.
She said Jupiter's on the ascendant, but that would be if she was a Capricorn rising.
Oh.
So yeah, it has nothing to do with whole sign Placidus. But please share us your moon. But I'll start off with the Aries sun in the 10th house. You're a boss, Janie. You're a very independent thinker. With the Aries sun, it's exalted. People feel that this is the ancients say that this is the original chart, not Aries rising, Cancer rising, because you're born, the 1st house is the portal coming through your mother's womb, and Cancer is connected to the mother, tu madre. So Leo, 2nd house, the father, would go out and get the money, right? Go get the big piece of chicken. 2nd house is food and how you earn money. So Leo's the dad. So sun and moon. So this is a very authentic chart. Jordan's Cancer rising. A lot of, powerful people, Cancer risings. And so, and maybe I'll do that at Coffee Talk, right? These young kids are debating, and, my son, LeBron's the GOAT. Maybe I'll do a Coffee Talk Jordan versus LeBron and look at the birth charts and see through the birth charts what the charts say about who the real GOAT is. That'd be kind of fun if you guys are into sports at all. I've already done Jordan's chart, but that would just be fun to do, in that sense. So, but with the Aries sun in the 10th house, and see if she put her moon yet. Janie, you have your moon?
Let me see.
Your Jupiter's in
Jamie has
Capricorn.
not given us
So
that.
you can marry a Capricorn sun, moon, rising man. Okay. Like W, literally 7th house and Jupiter. But with the Aries sun, yeah, you could work in a lot of different fields, engineering, anything, your own business, working with fire and metal. Aries are leaders though. With the Cancer rising, you could even work in education, and you would do really well in like real estate. But understand, with the sun in the 10th house, you'll face obstacles, but can nobody stop you. You put your mind to it and you initiate and don't be afraid to be brave and courageous. Sky's the limit for you, Jenny. With the Aries in the 10th house, that's a very Cancer rising. It's a very powerful placement. Whenever the sun is in the 12th house, 10th house, it will face obstacles, but it will always overcome them. And especially in Aries, because it's exalted. It's like the chupacabra of the sun signs. Aries sun's even better than the Leo sun where it's at home, that exaltation. I will be the one to tell you, though, as an astrologer, not every exaltation is better than where it's at home. Okay? But I would say this exaltation in Aries, I think, is better than the Leo, And I think it's because it's cardinal. The Leo's fixed. And so that can get Leo sometimes in some areas of being, very fixed and not flexible and stubborn, where the cardinals, they're initiators. They're not really stubborn at all. It's a movable, movable, just like the mutable Gemini, Virgo, Sag, Pisces, right? When you're fixed, right, stuck in the seasons, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, what makes them so powerful, though, because that is the ox, the eagle, the scorpion, and the lion, right? The lion's gate, right? That's the four things in the Bible. That's the fixed signs. Okay. So, it's really, the fixed signs are very powerful pillars because they can focus and concentrate on one thing for long periods of time.
So yeah, Janie's Gemini moon.
Okay. So the Cancer rising, Gemini moon in the 12th house, you and mom may misinterpret each other sometimes or may not always get each other. With that Gemini moon, you literally have to emotionally express yourself. So you need a good communicator for a relationship, Janie. I'm sure mom is a good mom, but you kind of came in to show her how to communicate more effectively. And, but also to initiate and assert herself. That's why you have the Aries sun, right? But that Gemini moon, literally, you can communicate a lot in the spiritual realm or to people from foreign lands. And you definitely you're an extrovert, but you need your private time. Like, you like to recharge in isolation and gain your thoughts. You think clearer when you're alone in your bedroom. And you may even mira escribe, right? Gemini moon, 12th house, you could be a very talented writer too. I wonder if your Mercury is in Aries or Taurus or Pisces. That will flavor things too. But yeah, definitely reach out, book a birth chart reading, your Gemini moon. The birth chart sales rocking to June 20th. Sun, moon, or rising. Hope to meet you. All right. Eric at BigEAstro.com.
All right. Oh,
What?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were finished. I'm like, did I miss something? So Mama Miss said, my natal Uranus is 29 Scorpio, 12th house. How is this going to affect me?
Well, compared to what the Uranus transit, I mean, when it gets to the 29, it's going to, it's already opposite now. It's at 27. But, this is where you've been going through the midlife crisis. And so when it gets to right before July 7th, probably the last 2 weeks, you're really going to be tested. Have you integrated the transformations and changes in your life? Have you shown yourself to be comfortable with being uncomfortable? Have you aligned with your soul? Remember I told you that 29 Scorpio, you could be a very dynamic, empathic healer, Reiki master, all those things, Mama Miss. So are you embracing that? Are you walking into it? I'm not saying give up your comedy and your poetry. I'm saying, if anything, bring the comedy and poetry into your healing. You know what I mean? Because 29 degrees Uranus, Scorpio, 12th house, that's powerful. I mean, you're an empath on 20. Okay. So, but just really tune into that and you'll see you'll feel it now. And then when it gets to the 28th, but when Uranus is that 29th degree, oozy woozies, you may need to take more naps during the day. You may need to sleep a little bit longer because it's also electrical charge, right? This is where you may need to do things to calm down your nervous system, Epsom salt baths, sea salts, right? And just the crystals, the shungite. You can put the shungite in the tub. That'd be really good for you. Get some Scorpio crystals to put in the bed. But that opposition is tough. And that was kind of what I was talking about. That opposition is going to be hitting Beyonce's Lilith at 28. And that may create some issues with her and Jay-Z. Well, we shall see. But I can't talk about her chart in public so much because I just don't do that. But if you were at Coffee Talk, you would have seen it. It was great. Right? Chantel was there. Coco was there. We was doing it.
And then let's see now. I just looked at my Jupiter is in Gemini and Juno is in Aries.
Who?
That's Cia saying this. So we got to write this down.
Your
so
Jupiter's in, honey, your Jupiter's in Gemini? Whoa. And where's her Juno?
Her Juno is in Aries.
Wow. Okay. Well, the Jupiter Gemini. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that now. That's literally, he's a Gemini rising. He could be your husband. You could be my daughter-in-law.
That would be really cool.
Trust me. Like, oh my God. Like, you don't understand, Cia. Like, you just don't even understand. Like, we and men, they don't know how to choose the right woman. I mean, it took me to 37 years to find her, but I was very intuitive and patient. But these young boys, I don't trust them. Now, he's a good boy, though.
He's a good boy.
He's a good young man.
He's a good boy.
And he's got a lot of muscles, too, Cia. He's in good shape,
Mm-hmm.
and he works hard and he's smart. He got the Virgo sun and moon. So he's a Mercury man, very mercurial. He's very smart. Gemini rising, Virgo, sun, moon, and Mercury.
So, okay, let's see now. Sorry,
go
you
watch
guys
that
have
podcast.
to go. Yeah, okay. So Cece has left us. Much love to you.
Bye, Cece.
And then Flower Child.
Ooh, they're new.
Flower Child, you're new,
Wow.
honey.
Now make sure, honey, you new people,
before.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe and please join the community tomorrow. It's going live. I'll be sending out the newsletter.
Ooh.
The link is here.
She's got a good question.
Okay, Flower
She
Child.
said, can one's chart help them identify their galactic ancestry?
Yes. And there are specific galactic astrologers, and I've had one on the podcast before, Lisa Brady, USA. You can definitely connect with her. She's really good at that. She just left a comment today on my channel. She's really good. What happens is that you've got to know, these different asteroids and stars that are not necessarily in a regular natal chart reading. And if you connect that where, like Lisa does, with the galactic, then yeah, you can find your different origins. That's not part of my practice. I don't do that. I can't my brain does not wrap around all those extra, I do Juno, Ceres, Vesta, Vertex, Pallas Athena, Sirius. I do a lot, obviously Chiron, Black Moon, Lilith. I do, separate from the planets and houses. So I do a lot, but you're getting into like Prometheus and Cassiopeia and this one and Boros, and I can't even pronounce some of them. That's where I get tricked up with some of that stuff. My Virgo Mercury is really good with everything else, but some of those things I'm like, what? I don't even know what that says. So but yeah, you could always email me, but I think it's lisabradyusa.com or .org.
We'll find it for you.
Yeah.
You know what? Reach out. I'll reach out to her.
Yeah, if you really want to know. But yeah, yes, you can though. The answer is yes, you can.
Okay. Let me see here now.
And
Okay.
you could see she's been on my podcast 3 times. So you could go search for the episodes. Just type in Lisa Brady on BigEAstro and top of YouTube, and you'll see the podcast. And then that way you can find her information and reach out to her. Boom.
Oh, there you go.
See how quickly I figured that out for you?
And
that's the Virgo Mercury.
And Jane said the last time that Uranus was in Gemini, there was World War II. With this transit coming up, what are your thoughts towards the current turmoil? How does one ground themselves during this time?
Great question. Yes, World War II, Civil War, American Revolution, all these alignments. So, I talked about that in the video. So make sure you go watch it. It's, right there on my YouTube channel. I just released it. But the nervous system is going to be overloaded. So you really want to connect and communicate to the mushrooms, the trees, the plants. Can sound corny, weird, and hokey. I promise you it's not. And you may need sensory diets. Massaging behind the earlobes, massaging the back of the neck, a little lavender on the pillow, massaging your hands with lotion, brushing your hands if your nerves get anxious, putting your hands in a bowl of rice. These are things called sensory diets that I used to do with my, multiply severely disabled children, but it works with, regular old Mutt and Jeff or anybody else, right? And so those are tools to help you calm your nervous system. And also warm water, squeezing a sponge in warm water, that helps as well. But I will tell you that also it's a great time to do parasite cleanses because that can affect your nervous system. And when it's trining Pluto, we want to be innovative and futuristic and ways to, do the shadow work. Pluto is virus. Neptune is disease. And we all have parasites in us, especially if you're born and raised here in this country. And most indigenous cultures will do a parasite cleanse once or twice a year or once a season, right? Spring, summer, autumn, and winter. So with Pluto and Aquarius, it's time. All of us should be signing up and figure out what is the right one. We'll report to you what we use because we're going to try one probably in the next week or two before we go away. We're going to
do everybody, our kids,
everybody.
We're
doing the kids, right? Because they've got a lot of that sugar and candida in them and eating crappy
It's
school
so hard.
food.
It's like these kids, like they just had a friend over and he brings into my house like one of those jumbo or bigger bags of the Skittles, the sour kind, plus the flaming hot Cheetos, all the red dyes and all the junk and it's like it's so challenging.
He brought that?
Yes. And then never mind. But it's just and then these parents wonder why sometimes kids have different issues or not even hyper, it's not hyper, but emotional stuff.
But if you give your kids poison, they're gonna react. Don't give your kids soda, Skittles, and Doritos. It's poison.
Yeah.
That's what RFK Jr. is literally trying to ban from our food. And he's passed the law. It's going to, what is it, after 2026, they won't be able to use the red dye anymore.
Yeah.
It's going to affect Skittles and Doritos, a lot of things. But this stuff is poison, you guys. So it's not good for the kids, but it's not good for adults either. I mean, gosh, you had people like Beast Mode promoting it. It's like, shame on you, brother. Don't you know better? But he didn't. So, we just got to really, look, as you learn, right, you know better, you do better. So, but once you hear it and you know it, make the change. Make that change. Man in the mirror. Oh. See, we didn't even look at each other. We were on the queue. We do this all the time. We didn't pre-plan it, nothing. This is how much you can tell we've been together and married. But there's just certain things that like we just both know how to do at the same time because we're thinking the same thing, right? That's funny.
Anyway,
It's-
let's
it's-
see what else we
That's
have
why
going
she my
on.
soulmate.
So Mama Miss says she does healing. She's been having to heal herself more so that
Yeah.
one-on-one sessions. Wait, I do heal. Oh, meaning you do healing for other people. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I was doing some Isis Oracle cards on TikTok last night.
Oh, good.
Right on.
Well, you need to come in the community.
And
Community goes live tomorrow, Flower Child, and all you new people in my Miss and Sia, $18 a month or $5. But 18, you get the coffee talks. You get 10% off for all my services. And after being in the community for a year, you get 50% off of a natal, solar return, or secondary progression chart. You also get discounts from my podcast guests. And I mean some nice discounts from my podcast guests. This community is going to be so good.
It's going to be lovely.
It's about
guys.
empowering you
but
guys.
But more so than not, it's about making that community because as these different things are coming around,
we got to be connected.
We need to band together. We need to support each other. I say it all the time. It's going to be mandatory. And you know what's really interesting is that you have all these people like Instagram, I think, is now really pushing communities. YouTube is pushing communities. They're getting scared that people are walking away from their systems.
Yeah.
But when they get scared, guys, we know we're on the right track. All right.
They're getting scared because people are walking away because of the censorship, right? I'm never going to leave YouTube, right? But it's like, you know,
but we want to be able to say what we want to say.
Yeah.
Obviously, as we said, within reason, because we never want to be rude or disrespectful to people.
And remember, that's the community. We're not doing any
of that kind of stuff. And then Quintella said to Sia, get your husband, girl.
I know that's right.
And then Mama said, but I have cleared space to be online more, all the things missed. And, you know, I think what you're saying is that you're making all of your stuff with that. That's perfect. You want to that's something that I'm really passionate about is branding.
Yeah.
Definitely.
She can help anybody.
All of your names to be the same. I get
spiritual
so frustrated
branding business. Yeah. When people have different names on different platforms.
Every single platform is different. And you're like, do you want to just make it hard for me to find you?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Anyways.
Because think about it. If you make people work, they're not going to do it. It needs to be easy.
We are lazy people.
I mean, lazier than ever.
And maybe lazy is mean, but we have so much on our plate.
People are busy.
When we make it challenging for people to connect with us, they won't.
So everywhere you see is BigEAstro.
And then let's see. So let's see. Jackie Washington is here.
Jackie Washington. I hope you're going to join the community, Jackie Washington. It goes live tomorrow. And also, you guys sign up on my website, BigEAstro.com. It had a few hiccups the last 2 weeks. Everything's running smooth now. Go to BigEAstro.com. Sign up for the newsletter. We'll be sending out the link and everything tomorrow. The link is down below, right? community.BigEAstro.com, and it goes live tomorrow, so you can sign up and join and become a member. $18 a month or $5 a month. But you want to join the big one so you get all the benefits. And it's only going to grow. And it will go up. So if you join at 18, your price will stay that.
Yes.
But it will go up.
And
the 5 will probably go to like 8 or 10.
You know,
and the 18 will go up to like 20 or 23.
Be a part of at least the pioneer people.
Yeah, the pioneer people.
And have a word, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be adding in things, taking off things that don't seem as popular, adding in.
We're going to have a group for women, the sister circle, and then for men, the man cave.
So Jackie has a good question.
Yes, Jackie.
Do you ever do coffee talks where you tell people to look at the particular house or planet and explain what that means? So a little bit more of the training, and it sounds like a little bit more in depth.
So what I have done in coffee talks, I have done things like breaking down individual planets and its meaning, and then through the houses. And so if that's something that the people are more interested in, I'll bring it back again, because, we are now in, I guess we've done 3 years. February will be the start of the 4th year. So this is I'm in the 3.5 years now, I guess, right? Because we're almost up to August. So, so yeah, I've done a lot about that over the years, but I will bring certain things back up. But like, are you saying to each person in Coffee Talk their individual chart? See, that's more personal for a birth chart reading. That's hard on a Coffee Talk to go through everybody's individual chart. But in terms of a general Jupiter through the 12 houses, yes, that I can explain. And then you could say, but my Jupiter is in the fifth house, but it's in Aquarius, or my Jupiter is in the fifth house and it's in Aries. And yes, I can explain that. So, that's something I'm still picking out the topics for June. Right now, I have it on my post. And right now, it seems like people want the U.S. Supreme Court. I was also going to see if people were interested in Jasmine Crockett, because I've had some requests for her chart. And I was thinking maybe I should do Jasmine Crockett versus Marjorie, whatever, Taylor, but whatever. But the U.S. Supreme Court, people seem like they really want to see that chart. So that may be the major Coffee Talk, the 2-hour one. And then, I put up there Prince and Kanye West, maybe, it's Gemini season, Andre 3000, people like that. But, Jasmine Crockett could be a person of interest. It depends. I don't want to just pick somebody and then nobody comes, right? Not too many people were interested in Beyonce. I thought maybe more people would be, especially with the official birth time, but we didn't have that many people. I mean, we had a lot of people in the replay, but you know what I mean, in terms of live, but it was great. Like the people that came, we loved it. It was intimate and it was awesome. We had a great time. Chantel will tell you, Coco was there. But, I try to pick subjects and topics that are relevant at the time. Like the eclipses are coming. So I don't want to do the eclipses now in June because they're not coming to August, September. So I'll probably do it, early August to get you ready for it, because it's the end of August and early September, the eclipses, lunar and solar, Virgo solar, Pisces lunar. So, to keep it fresh in your mind, I'm going to probably do that in the early August Coffee Talk. I've already done Jupiter and Cancer, already did Uranus, you know what I mean? So I've done a lot of the big transits for the year, major moves. I did Saturn Aries and I did Neptune Aries, So as we get into next year, right, or the end of this year, November, December, January, I'm going to get you ready for the permanent shifts of Uranus going to Gemini, Saturn going in Aries until 2029, and Neptune going in Aries 2039. This was the year sneak previews. This is setting up the stage. This is the coming attractions. You're just getting to your seat and you're eating the popcorn and you're like, oh, this preview is a little loud and weird and uncomfortable. And my friend's supposed to be meeting me here, but they're late. This is what this is right now. 2026 is when make that change. It gets cemented, right? So really, yeah, but yeah, Jackie, I can definitely do that, but not for each individual person's chart. I mean, that's just, you got to book a birth chart reading. Okay.
And then also, I think it would be too private. Like, I mean, if you really get intimate into stuff, and you just have like, people,
but we do the blind birth chart readings, and so you can always, and I may do that in June as one of the topics, and you can offer up your chart for that. I may do the U.S. Supreme Court in the mini Coffee Talk, right? And instead of 65 minutes, make it $15 for 75 minutes. We'll see. Or just, I could just do it in 65 minutes, $13. And then the big one, I could do a blind chart reading where people can offer their charts. And that's always amazing because everybody's reading it. And then like Kanye West chart or, Prince's chart. Because I've taught Prince's chart in my class, but I've never done it in Coffee Talk. And now I can do it in public because he's passed away. You know what I mean?
So Flower Child said thank you for the referral, and she's new to all things astrology.
Okay.
She loves learning, so she likes the way that you teach.
Thank you, Flower Child.
Thank you.
Well, you should please reach out and book a birth chart reading. I would be honored to do your chart. Did she share? She didn't share her Sun Moon Rising,
I don't think she did.
Do you know your Sun Moon Rising? If you want, share it, and I could break that down for you real quick. But welcome to the channel, and thank you. We have a lot of fun here, and I love to treat you guys as like family, like my tribe, That's why I'm starting this community. It goes live tomorrow, Knowledge is Love Tribe. It's going to be incredible.
And then
better than Netflix.
We have people, obviously everybody loves Michael. So Then
Don't
let's
you miss
see.
MJ? The world ain't been the same.
Mama
since
Miss asks,
MJ
you
died.
know, I know. Mama Miss asks, what's going on astrologically increasing romantic energy?
Well, you've been dealing with a little bit of the Juno conjunct Lilith. So there's a lot of
Oh,
soul merging. And with Juno in Scorpio, there's a lot of deep emotional connections right now. But Venus is trining Mars. So if you watch my astro weather, which you guys should be watching every Monday and Friday, I release the astro weather for the weekend. I was telling you that this was a weekend for play and for fun and love because Venus is trining Mars. Mars and Venus are both around 20, 21, 22 degrees now in Leo and Aries. Venus is in Aries, which is assertive and aggressive in relationships and love. Aries is like, come here, girl. I love you. Let's go on a date. Okay. Leo and Mars is like, don't you want to date me? I've been looking fly. I am that lady or that guy, right? That's Mars and Leo stunting on you.
So we've got two people asking where on the website can they find the community. At this point, you can't. We will be sending out to everybody on our mailing list the website, and maybe you can put the
We can put the link on the
put the
website
link-
too.
We can put the link there. Oh, we should put the link on the community because I was trying to think about, do we do it as a product? We can put the link on our website, but for now, let us mail it out to you, and then
But I also wrote it down below here in the episode.
Down here in this,
you can join officially
and
tomorrow morning.
I will figure out how to add it someplace.
It should be on the website. Yeah,
we will add it. Yeah. I will get that. I was thinking about that this morning and there's so much in my head. Anyways, but thank you for asking. And then James White is here. Have we seen you before, James?
Yeah, James has been here, but I don't remember your big three. But
yes,
what's up, James
White? He's giving you Cancer Sun, Leo Rising, Capricorn Moon.
Leo Rising, Cancer Sun, Cap Moon. Leo Rising, so you got the eyes and the hair. The Cancer Sun in the 12th house, you and dad may not get each other, or maybe he was traveling a lot for work. Parents could have been separated. You were born on a full moon, Cap Moon. So you're here to illuminate things in your family's life and the life, but also in the spiritual and in the mundane physical. The Cap Moon in the 6th house, the moon doesn't like being in the 6th house. So you got to watch, make sure you're getting enough fruits and vegetables for your digestion. That's really important. And, the Cap Moon, it gets better over time. I'm a Cap Moon. So maybe early on, mom could have been tough or strict. Maybe you didn't process emotions so well. But, over time, Capricorn Sun Moon Rising has the Benjamin Button effect. So you can be extra mature as a child and like an old soul, but then when you get younger, you're more youthful and playful and you do silly things like this. So Cap Moons are also very talented writers, and they're good musically. People don't know that about Cap Moons. And I hate to say it, but James, you're probably a workaholic like me. I got the Cap Moon 3rd house, Cap Moon 6th house. And, people will emotionally look to you at work to like step up and lead. They consider you, even if you're not like the CEO boss, they'll be like, what's James think? Go ask Mr. White, see what he thinks. James, do you have an opinion on this? People will naturally just come to you because they know that you're going to be hardworking, structured, disciplined. And Cap Moons just like, they know how to like complete the assignment and the mission. And put structure into places where there's no structure. If I come into a place or whatever and it's all crazy, I'm like, we need some structure. We got to get organized and disciplined here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm about like, and that's the thing, because like being so earthy, I tend to be like a goody two shoes. I like to follow the rules, but it's funny because I'm also an outliner, right? I'm very independent, freedom, liberation, and a rebel. But I also, if there are rules to be followed, I will follow them. You know what I mean? Like I was, I guess, like a good boy growing up. I was a good kid. I was a good, I didn't break the rules.
And James said his father is a Cancer. His mom is an Aries.
Oof. Are they still together? Sometimes that square, can be challenging. Although you were born on a full moon, so maybe they were opposing each other. So they would agree to disagree. but their sons are in a square. So hopefully they're still together. But that can be challenging, Cancer Aries sometimes. They're both cardinals, so they'll agree on a lot of things. They'll get to the same place, but they'll go at it two different ways. But with the Leo rising, you are here, right? Cap Moon, Leo rising, you could do really well in politics. You have a similar chart to, is it Elon or RFK? Maybe it's RFK Jr. I think he had the Leo rising, Cap, Sun or Moon, and yeah, something like these, some similar placements. So, but let me know. Hopefully mom and dad are still together. But yeah, you could put in that work. Long hours for you is nothing. Like you're like, yeah, I work overtime. I work long hours. I get it done. Because you're about completing the mission emotionally. Emotionally, you will feel almost insufficient or incomplete if you do not complete the task. Okay. Flower Child, did you share your big three before we go? We're gonna get ready to go soon.
He said his parents are still together.
Oh, great.
I think we are here. I think we are here.
All right. So you guys, listen, it's down below in the description, right? Make sure you guys come back and put a comment. This helps the lives grow in the algorithms. Please don't just watch videos, you guys. Do me a favor. Always leave a little comment. It really helps it grow. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to get to 10K before 10 million, like wifey wants.
I wanted to get to 10 million.
But I need 10K first. So tell a friend and subscribe. But sign up tomorrow. Go to my website right now, BigEAstrology.com, to join the newsletter. We're sending out the link tomorrow. May even send out a little thing about the Sagittarius full moon. I'll be recording that video late tonight or early tomorrow morning. So look out for that. The astro weather will come out tomorrow as well.
Oh, sorry. See, you do not have to be sorry. You are here, and we are
C
happy to see you.
What's up,
Thank
C?
you.
Thank you, C. You know you appreciate it. And C, the community goes live tomorrow, so I hope you join and become part of the community. We're going to have our own little man cave area, too. But
thank you. And he says he has to re-up on his cedarwood citrus. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Definitely. Yeah, you guys, go check out, and you'll see it in the community all over. Sabale Pure.
I'm trying to figure out a way to have refills on the oils so that it would be like in a soft pouch that you can pour into the plastic. I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, pour into the glass.
But it's SABALI pure.com. sabalepure.com. Okay. So, but also it's community.BigEAstrology.com. And you guys can start signing up tomorrow morning. It's really a great group. I'm really proud of it. She worked super hard helping me to get it together and out. And just know.
And it's growing. It's growing. I just want to say that too.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the important thing about
we all need to post. It will be what we make it. Really.
It's going to be what we make it. Like we'll be giving the spaces and so forth, and we'll be listening to people, but it's going to take the people showing up and doing, because it's not going to be on me and Eric to do every single post and to create every single conversation. We want this. It's set up like Facebook. So we really want you guys to be bringing your thoughts, the things that you like,
your opinion, share. And also it's a place where I told you, we've got a group creativity. You wrote a poem, you got an art picture, you're selling jewelry, a song. We've got Mind Your Business, so you could promote your businesses. No hater shade here. I want everybody to win. You got a business and we don't know about it. We want to support it. So you promote your business in there. Okay.
So Mama Missa asked, what's up with the tooth kit? I'm not quite sure what you mean. So the tooth kit is a 3-step healthy mouth system. The first step is to tongue scrape. I have 2 different tongue scrapers, and I almost feel like I don't have the second version up, so I need to do that. But tongue scrape. The second step is to floss. I have 2 types of floss, and then finally is to brush your teeth. And I have a tooth powder, and it is really amazing. And
takes away morning breath.
Yeah, it takes away morning breath, whitens
and your teeth are like squeaky clean.
Does all the stuff. I gotta tell you, this is the way to go. No fluoride, all natural, 100%
turmeric, diatomaceous earth
ingredients.
Very healing for the gums.
Detoxify and all that. If I did not answer your question as to what's up with the tooth kit,
that's what's up. Maybe she wants to know the price.
We have the shaker, which is the the shaker, which is in the blue, the really beautiful blue container. And then we have a refill. And I have a kit that is actually built out so that you get both. You get 2 dental flosses and you get both the shaker and the refill. So that's instead of 1.3 ounces or 1.2 ounces of product, you get 1.2 plus 3 ounces. So you basically triple your
She's going to have to make some dinner
content.
for the kids, though. So we're going to have to go.
Anyways, thank you so much.
I love you guys. So, honey, this
Beautiful
week.
channel,
So
thank you so much,
thank
Flower
you
Child.
Thank you, Flower Child. We appreciate you.
Try.
And please explore the channel and please reach out, book a chart reading with me, either on the website or I think I forgot if you said you had a Gemini placement. You didn't share your big 3, but Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising's the sale. Eric at BigEAstro.com, and check out the community tomorrow. But go to the website now, get on the newsletter, and I'll probably throw in there a little write up for the Sagittarius full moon, and we'll put in the link.
Jackie just joined the community.
Oh, you already joined? You just joined?
Oh, I didn't even know. Oh, you shared it. You said
I did share it. I mean, it is officially live now. I was just announcing it so you could join tomorrow. But yeah, thank you, Jackie. Join. Community.BigEastrology.com.
Very much. Thank you. Wow, that's amazing.
Jackie's our first person, I think.
Woohoo!
So,
you know how people put like the first $1 bill that they made? We need to put like
JW.
We had to put like a picture of Jackie and be like the first.
But you know what? It makes sense because she's Jackie Washington. I don't think I give love to anybody's name more than Jackie. The only person before you, Jackie, was Irene Mack. I said, "Come on, Irene."
Tella said that her daughter. She said, "I'm the bomb," but she said her daughter was so excited helping her open the package. Oh God, that makes me feel so good.
Oh,
and
that's
it's
sweet.
Safe stuff, and that's what's best. And if you can get your daughter using the tooth powder
it's
early,
gonna be so good for her.
I want you to think how different we would all be
health-wise
if we never
had the chemicals,
consumed all the chemicals and the crap.
It's a game changer.
If we could get away from it, and we were like that from the beginning.
So when she gets of age, because she's only like I think 4.
Send it to you.
When she's of age, you want to get her on the deodorant. You want me to send you the link,
Mama Miss? Do I have your email, Mama? Does Eric have your email?
I have her email.
Okay. So you want me to send you the link to the...
It's just community.BigEastrology.com.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Sabale Pure.
I'm not sure.
What link, Mama? You're getting confused.
Send us an email, girl. Thank you.
But yeah, you guys, but it's all down below in the description. Each episode, do you guys read the description? You got to read. Right? People don't read no more.
But yeah, but you know what? We'll put it up, and we're
sending out a newsletter tomorrow.
We're gonna send out a newsletter. It's not gonna be really so much a full newsletter as it's gonna be.
No, but I may add a breakdown for the Sagittarius full moon.
Okay, but it's gonna be primarily that with it, so it'll be very easy to find it. So we'll be sending.
We're gonna put the stuff on the top of the newsletter about the community.
Let's see. I'm gonna see what I can do to get that thing built in, so it's on the cover of on the first page of the website.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do. I will try.
Yeah.
All right.
Hit the thing.
Thank you guys.
Bye, you guys. And I'll be on sometime this week. And Lunch with Eric will come back maybe tomorrow. I'll see. I've just been so busy, and I love you guys coming on IG Live. I really appreciate it.
We're so thankful.
But we just right now, like now that the community's set up, I'm focused on that tomorrow, and I got to focus on the book. So even just doing the Lunch with Eric IG Live, it takes time out of the day. You know what I mean? I got to pick a topic and, and this and that, whatever. But, and I got a bunch of chart readings to do this week. So I may not do Lunch with Eric this week. If I can, I'll get in there one day. At least I could do Friday. I could probably do Friday. And maybe I'll see about tomorrow.
Oh, I know what I'm going to put in Mind Your Business. We're going to be looking for a book publisher assistant. So that's going to be one of my first asks in our community. If we could find somebody to help us with that, because part of it,
and we want to network, you guys,
networking
and
with
finding and
your using people within our community for the services that we need.
Yeah.
So, anyways, love you guys.
I want us to support each other's businesses too.
Yes.
It's not just about Sabale and BigEAstro.
Absolutely. That's the whole point.
We want to support
That's
you
the
guys.
whole point of Mind Your Business.
Yeah.
All right. I love you. Bye.
Later.